Unicorns. Hashtag unicorn, guys.
Fucking unicorn? We don't have unicorns.
You a unicorn. I'm a unicorn. Ricardo's gonna be a unicorn.
Why? Why are we unicorns?
Cause we fucking rare. Tommy came to me with an opportunity to sell some bikes, and we were just gonna sell bikes for side money. It started in a basement down on Christie Street. It was my father's office slash basement where we had like 50 bikes, 75 bikes, and we started building them and then posting on Craigslist, and then within like every post of that summer, within 10 minutes someone bought our bikes, and then it sort of like just rolled, and we would, you know, we'd end up selling the same bike 5 times in a row because the Craigslist posting was still up and people were just calling us and calling us and calling us. And then it came to the point where people were ringing the doorbell of the basement, which had no sign, nothing. It was just like a metal door, and then they're like, we're like, who is this? And they're like, are you guys the Craigslist bike guys? And we're like, I guess. This is the office area where most of the builds get done. Say hi to Ricardo, newest member of the team.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hi. This is our second Rocky.
Hi, Rocky. I know Rocky.
This is where most of the custom building gets done. Inventory, it's boring, it's boxes on boxes on boxes. But that's about it, man. That's what we do down here. I spend most of my time on this messy conference table doing, working on new projects and stuff like that.
How many months did you guys spend in the basement selling off Craigslist?
Still, you're gonna have people test right.
I don't know, probably like at least a year. At least a year. But we were doing some good volume in that basement.
Do you ever take a step back and shed a tear?
Sometimes. I don't cry about it though, but sometimes I do. When I am with Tommy, when we were making our trips to manufacturing overseas, like, we do step back and we're like, yo, I can't believe really like doing this, like making this trip again. We can go back to sit. MSC started, well, we rebranded to MSC this year. Originally we were Strata Customs, and that started in, I would say, the spring of 2010. I mean, I've known Tommy since, I don't know what, early 2000s, since we were young teenagers, and I known him just from growing up in downtown. We used to hang out at the park at Columbus Park, and it just became a friendship. I went to school with him. I went to college with him, which I didn't finish, but you know, we were just friends. We had certain interests, and we'd ride bikes together. You know, like, it just became a little crew that we all hung out with each other. I mean, I guess the inspiration for this company started with my partner, Tommy. He came to me with an opportunity to create this company, which we didn't think was ever gonna become a company. We were just gonna sell bikes on Craigslist and eBay and make some side money after finishing school and stuff like that. But I think it stems off just from childhood. We all, as a family, well, everyone that works here we've been friends for over 10 years. We've all been riding bikes since little kids. And with a group of friends with that many people in it, you never want to be like your friend. You know, you sort of want to pick and choose. If I get the red bike, you can have the red bike. I want the green one, you can have that. I called it. So we sort of wanted to have an outlet where people could really create individually what they want their bike to be. An opportunity came up in this specific location where we were going to open up a pop-up shop for 2 months just for fun. It was just white walls, 3 bikes on the floor, and I think it just hit, you know, it just hit, and I think it just kept going, it kept flowing. I guess we were witty enough to figure out things to make this continuously to flow.
Yeah.
So that there weren't really like awkward times where we were like, yo, this isn't really working out, or what do you want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully it never gets to that point, but we know every day's a new lesson, every day's a new day. This was a open space. It used to be a hair salon, and then we found out about it through one of Tommy's relatives, that there was a space here. So I mean, we sort of just, it was just convenient, you know. That's why, to be honest, that's why it was convenient. We've all, you know, Tommy lived on Mott Street, Steven lived on Mott Street. Like, this is just like everyone.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
That's
so like,
nice,
it sort of
how
makes sense.
Came,
Yeah,
like full circle.
It really did. First, it was Strata, and it was very in the early stages. At the beginning, we were young, and it was too new that we didn't have these conversations. We had these conversations, but they weren't in depth enough to where we were really thinking about where this was gonna go, because we didn't have the idea that this was gonna be bigger than it is. And I think with Mott Street Cycles, it was so easy, it was so organic. We're on Mott Street, we pretty much grew up on this street. And that's what we want to be. We want to be ourselves. We want to be organic. We don't want to be anyone else, except for what we've been doing in the past 2 years. And the past 2 years we've been working on Mott Street. It's like it doesn't make sense to call it anything else. There's a lot of creativity in the youth right now, and a lot of people are starting to own things. And like, I don't knock anyone. I mean, I've seen some kids make crappy stuff, but as long as they're trying, you know, I can't knock it, because I was there, you know, at the start of this. You know, I was getting joked on and all this other stuff, but like, it is a really tough world because of the internet, and everyone's all DIY, and everyone's trying to do their own thing. The market is very saturated for a lot of, I would say, startup companies or people trying to do their own thing. I think a way to really separate yourself from that is be a unicorn. That's my mentality. I think everything you do, or any meeting you're at, or you want to be that unicorn. Like, unicorns are very rare. If I were to see a unicorn, I'd be like, holy shit, that's a fucking unicorn. So you want to be a unicorn.
Do you ever get reactions when people walk to your store and they're like, whoa, this is like an Asian-run bike shop?
Of course. All the time. I mean, yeah, we get judged on as much as any other person would, but you know, we don't let it bother us. We're still doing the same thing. Like, if you don't like us, we're not here for you. You know, I don't care what you have to think, or you can say my bikes are crappy, you can say these are dumb. If you're here to do that, we're not made for you. You know, there's a lot of others, 10,000 other people that we are here for. You know, I'm not, you know, you can't please everyone. That's what I gotta say about that. Like, you know, I'm not an elitist biker myself, so I can't be an elitist to any other one else. The 3-year mark is a big benchmark in small business, entrepreneurs. The fact that we're still here is amazing. I think some big accomplishments we made were, like, you know, collaborations that we've done with companies that I've been a fan of, well, since I was a little kid. You know, we did Nike, we did Staple Pigeon. That was awesome for me because I slept in front of the Reed space for 4 days straight for some sneakers, and for it to come full circle, for me to be able to make a product with them, like, was really awesome for me. Running your own business is a challenge every day. You don't know what's gonna go on. I mean, we got hit with Hurricane Sandy, especially this, like, we have a super extended winter. We don't know whether it's gonna rain or it's gonna snow at any time. And then running your own business, like, you can't go to school for it. Like, I don't care if you got a business degree from Harvard, like, you don't know what's gonna hit you the next day. Make mistakes, because mistakes will be made no matter what, but knowing how to come back from your mistakes and just trying to stay afloat every day and be successful in what you're doing, just be happy. I think when the season gets a little better, I'm gonna ride and just gain inspiration on the bike. Yeah. And try to figure out what we want to do, you know, and take it to the next step. I want to work in the future of this company, not on the present day-to-day.